We're going. We're
Look at
live.
that smile.
Uh,
What a handsome young man.
uh,
Episode 81 of the 580 Show Boys. We're back. Appreciate you guys holding it down last week while I was in Mexico.
Tried our best. I think
You
we
guys,
succeeded.
dude, I'll never forget me and Riley's face when we locked eyes when you guys said you guys recorded an episode. Holy shit. Where we were the happiest guys on earth. Riley was like 52 beers in that day. And we were exhausted. I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to go back to my hotel room and record this. And then that text came through, and we literally like jumped up and hit chest bumped because we were so excited.
Dude,
So
I was literally about to text you like within an hour of you texting that, saying
that
like, "Hey,
was
me and Frawley just did a backup episode. In case we can, I'll get together."
hey, that's your brothers picking you up. So I appreciate it, boys. You guys did a
we
great
were
job
talking
too.
about it at the gym. We're like, you guys are freaking in Mexico. What are we gonna do? And we're like,
Yeah.
what if we literally can't get schedules together?
I've
So it
I've
was like, all right, let's throw one together. And then if that's what we use, that's what we use, baby. And we did. So
I've never been more proud of like a streak in my life that we've hit. This will be 81, but last week 80 straight weeks dropping on the Sunday exactly as promised. Like
Except
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Except Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, we bumped back because Roger Goodell called me and begged because he didn't want to take numbers away from him.
he
But
didn't want to compete with the
but
statistics.
honestly, 80 weeks straight, and this is 81, and we're going to at least 1,000. So
Dude, we're never ending.
no, never.
Even when we're old and
Yeah.
dead and miserable, well, Pork's generation like continuing this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, somebody.
Well, yeah, 580 shows living forever. So, all right. So, anyway, the reason we're filming this week, the main
Come on,
topic,
say it.
Strongman Corporation Nationals events are out.
About time.
14 weeks away now.
It's about time.
Still no weights, even though we were promised them today, but that's all right.
Yeah, we literally
hopefully-
we literally postponed this as long as we could just to hopefully get that
Yeah.
weight matrix out.
It's what sucks too is it's gonna be released. The weights will be out by the time this is out, so don't judge us. But schedules, we got to film it by Thursday, so our awesome producer can have this produced for you. But I want to go through event by event. Let me say, people are always gonna bitch. Excuse my language. People are always gonna bitch, but I could not be happier with the events this year. I think like if you look at last year and you look at this year, really zero transfer, really zero carryover from last year. Sure, there's still an axle press, but it's a different axle. It's a max.
Why don't you go through and read them off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
So-
list them and then we'll
and
talk about it.
I'm going actually in order. So day one, last man standing max axle press. Event two on day one, farmers walk, double farmers down and back, and we'll get into the details. Last event on day one, sandbag carries to sled drag. Day two, we wake up and we start the day with a deadlift medley. Then Cerberus, sandbag over shoulder ladder. And then a seated arm over arm pull. We're going to go into each one because I think there's some interesting stuff in here.
For sure.
And we're still speculating on the weight, but and I'm not going to really, I don't even want to really predict, but yeah, I just, because honestly, I was like, I know all three of us talk every single day about like what the events are going to be, as I'm sure a
Right.
lot of people do. And I'm so happy. Like they changed. It was a complete 180 change from last year. I'm not saying I'm not saying last year was bad. I'm just
Right.
saying the variety. Like I think this year is so athletic.
My initial reaction is I like them.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
mean,
That you come in like last year, I wouldn't say it was there was moving events, right? But it wasn't necessarily like a yoke down and back. Yeah, that's a moving event. But if you're a big, strong brute, right?
yeah,
You're
Like-
probably going to handle that pretty well.
yeah.
The
Wheelbarrow too. But
wheelbarrow
like,
race is one way. That's not a lot of moving, right?
I thought
but-
it was gonna be wheelbarrow was gonna be back for sure.
Yep.
They were gonna do two pressing. I just
Yep.
love the idea, and I get it. I suck at pressing, whatever. But I just think it's so unfair to have two pressing events out of 6 events, and I'm so happy to see it this year because it caters to just good overhead pressers. Because if you're in the top 3 and 2 of the
Yeah.
6 events, you're gonna have a good weekend. As long
Last
as
year
you
was
don't-
definitely, if you were an overhead person last year, that's definitely good for you. But this year, you look at this year, it's like, man, this is you really got to be in shape. right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to move. You got to
And
be quick,
not-
but you
not to
also have to
interrupt
be
you.
statically strong. Yeah.
Right. Not to
ahead.
interrupt you, but I still do want to say, like, I think the strongest person still pretty much won every class last year.
Sure.
Like, if you watch, what's that freak's name? Jack Plankers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, he was going to win no matter what events you threw at him because he's a stud.
Yep.
Like, even like my class, for example, the 80s, Andrew
Yep.
Hanus was going to win that class no matter what you
Right.
throw at him. He's a stud, you know, like, but I like just that complete transition of events to really nothing the same, right? Like, I mean, I'm really pumped about them, and I will say that we'll go through each event. I'm gonna read like the description for them. Some of these events, like we said, we like them, but training them is gonna be not fun,
Brutal.
and
Yeah,
doing
it's
them
gonna be
is gonna be
brutal.
fun.
Yep.
Like, okay, so Friday, October 14th, day one. Last man standing axle. That's pretty standard. We don't have the starting weights and we don't have the jumps. I'm assuming for men, it's going to be 20-pound jumps. I could be completely wrong. However, competitors are going to have 30 seconds. You don't have to take every weight. You can step in and out, but once you fail, you're done. That's about it. I mean, that's about the most self-explanatory one, right? I mean, it's last man standing axle.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
an
max
axle. Yep.
I'm saying my class, the 80s, are going to have guys into the 300s for sure.
Yep.
I think the 90s will have guys in the mid threes for sure. I mean, if you have CJ Pierce, if he does 90s
Yeah.
this year, you got a guy close to 400.
It's pretty damn close to 400.
Yeah, I think he hit an axle at like 387 or something.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. 231's Dante's class. You'll have someone close to 4, right?
Probably.
Yep.
It just doesn't-
370s, 380s are
Yeah,
pretty much.
I think that'll win that class.
Yeah.
265s, you got to be close to 400. And then super
Yeah.
heavies for all your class will definitely have guys in the 4s.
I'll be shocked if no one's over 4.
Oh, you definitely will. We
Right.
had logs in the 4s last year.
Right.
There was only
Right.
I think wasn't there only 3?
Yeah, but typically axle's easier. I think for a max.
I think it depends on the person.
It does.
I agree because I'd rather do a log.
And honestly, you see a lot of big boys struggle with not the press, the clean.
Right. Mobility is a problem
And
for
man,
some of the big guys.
I bet you girls, you're gonna see some freaky presses from the women.
For sure.
But super pumped about that event. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Do you guys have any other thoughts on it?
No,
It's
not
pretty-
really.
I mean, I kind of like it because I've been training for max axle for the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 more weeks.
Everyone
12
that
more
did
weeks,
bridge.
Axel, baby.
Yeah, everyone that did bridge. Yeah, they got 12 more weeks.
Right.
But rogue axle. So pretty much, and if you guys are training at home, any axle will work. The rogue's almost exactly like a Titan and all that stuff. So
It's not too different.
and we got more wagon wheels at the gym because the axle will be not on drop pads, it'll be on wagon wheels.
Right.
They're on those sick you guys ever see the rogue or wagon wheels?
I thought it was on bumpers.
Is it?
I thought
Pretty
it
sure
was
it's on
yeah.
bumpers.
Yeah, I heard bumpers.
It doesn't specify. No. It's 26-inch plates. It's wagon wheels.
For the clean, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
It says only people under 165 weight are pulling from bumpers.
Okay.
Anything over any platform over 165 will be using the Rogue 26-inch plates.
So
So
it looks sweet. That's gonna
So
look
those
awesome.
are, it's the same as like the Titan ones. They're just rubber. They're like those sick bumpers that are 13
Right.
inch. So you're
Right.
basically pulling it from a 13 inch, which is really cool. So I'm not mad about that event. Grip shirts allowed. They did say Cerberus are allowed too.
I was really just about to say that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Cerberus grip shirts for a lot.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's cool.
Allowing
that's
people
cool.
to use more of a variety of a grip shirt.
What
is
about
cool.
580 grip shirts? Any word on those?
I haven't asked. I'm embarrassed to say.
Come on.
But anyway, so event 2 on day 1.
Yep.
This one I think is super interesting. And I really think that that 60-second time limit's gonna be pushed for a lot of classes. So especially like upper classes, like I think the 265s and supers are gonna struggle to finish this one, depending on how heavy it is. But so it's a farmer's walk, double down and back. So you're gonna have one pair of farmers, you're gonna take them 40 feet. You're going to drop them, turn around, take those exact same pair of farmers back. Then you'll hop out of those farmers, get into a heavier set of farmers, take those down 40, drop them, turn around, another 40. So you're doing 160 feet
Yeah.
of
That's
farmers.
that's pretty cardio.
I bet that's going to be heavy. I really do.
Dante,
say-
I bet it's going to be
you
heavy.
called the farmers, Dante, and so credit to you. When you said that on the pod, I remember like that light bulb going off in my head. I'm like, wow, I could really see there being farmers this year.
Mhm.
They're easy. You got to look at nationals, right? A lot of people like to criticize nationals and they've never ran a nationals. Neither I haven't ran a nationals, you know. I don't understand what goes into a event of that magnitude, right? So you got to have some of that bang for your buck. So like, yeah, like they're going to use the axles as much as they can because they have them there, right? Same
Sure.
with the sandbags. Like I get that completely. You're going to have 400 people competing, right? At least.
Mhm.
So, but I'm really excited for this one. I mean, there's not much more to add than that. I mean, it's 160 carries. It does say you can turn with it, but I don't really know why
Yeah.
you would.
I would
If-
think
if
that it would
it's-
be.
I was gonna say if it's light, I feel like turning will be quick, but I mean I doubt they're gonna be
I
light.
still think
I
I
just-
still
I
think
can't
dropping and
imagine.
turning.
I can't imagine you're going to be that efficient with a turn.
Yeah.
Somebody I'm sure out there will probably prove me wrong, but
Yeah.
I just can't imagine being that efficient with a turn. But I like this one. If they make it heavy, you got to be strong and you have to be able to move.
I
So
hope they
I like
we
that.
we did like a smaller version of that at PA Dutch like 2 years ago,
We did
Yeah.
the first.
and it was fairly heavy.
Yeah, mine
Right.
was heavy. It was 220 into 260.
I was heavyweight and it was 275 to 300. I can see that
Right.
being a middleweight weight, to be
Yeah,
honest.
for
Right.
sure.
I'm thinking for the big guys, it's going to be 300 and 330. That's just
But Dante,
that's a guess.
we did just 40 down and then got into the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Right.
Right.
It was down.
Right.
It was
So
down.
we
then
did
back.
we did 80. So we did this but cut in half. So
Yeah.
40
Right.
and then get into the heavier one. I could see the weights being very similar to that since it's double the distance.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a
But
good point.
I really like obviously like no gloves or straps because to me this
Sure.
is the grip event obviously even though it is moving and
Hey,
it's
if
a
you,
lot.
right.
It's a lot.
if it's a shameless plug, Grit Mountain will help you out in this
Yeah,
event.
100%. Hey, Dante's gonna have a whole sack of them at nationals, so come see us at the 580. We're bringing a freaking little canopy tent and we're setting up under it in the back
For
room.
sure.
So you can come buy bootleg horsepower and Grip Mountain and everything from us. So,
Bootleg.
I love that event though. That's a good
me
event.
too. I really do.
Dude, farmer.
So-
I've never lost the farmers event. Just saying.
Another so we're gonna finish. That is probably your best event, Dante. I will say.
Yeah.
I could genuinely see you being like top 5 in that event for sure. Because you're really good at farmers. But we'll see. You're still fat.
We'll see.
But anyway, so we're gonna start the day with Axel, Max. Then we're gonna do that long farmers, and then end that day with a sandbag carry to sled drag. So another really
2 sandbags.
So that's what I was about to say. So we will start at the sandbag, the first sandbag. So it's gonna be at your feet. You pick that one up, run it down 40 feet, throw it into a sled, run 40 feet back. Pick up the second sandbag, which will be heavier, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Take it down, throw it in the sled. Then pick up the sled handles and backwards drag that 40 feet, and then your time stops. I mean, that is a doozy of a day. And I think, you know what's crazy to say? I think this is the easier day.
They just did that at the OSG qualifier in Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
it's like a staple. It's like that one OSG medley they do.
Dude,
Yeah.
they did the who's the fella in the sandbag though. But,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when I was there,
Yeah.
people's like quads are really giving out. Like as soon as I crossed the line, they would just collapse on the ground and like pass out.
That's going to be a freaking grind of an event.
Have
Like,
you
you want
guys
to talk
ever
about a
For
grind?
the-
That's
for the
going
OS
to be a grind.
Yeah, for the OSG Open, it was 300-pound bag and a 325-pound bag. Then you
Yeah,
pull.
that's right. Yep.
have you guys ever had a backwards drag of any kind in the show?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
I have at Mauser's show, I've done it twice. I've done a backwards chain drag. So I had a medley like this, but it was a block down, and then you pick the chain up and drag it. And still to this day, the hardest event I ever did in the comp was the backwards sled chain drag, which it's similar. I know it's not the same, but it's similar. And that was still to this day, like I said, hardest event I've ever done in a show.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's gonna test your freaking gas tank big time,
Yeah.
big
So-
time. Because like it's the carry of the two isn't it, man? It's the sled drag.
I'm really, really excited to train this event, especially. I did, or not to go back, but I'm gonna go back. So I guess I am. But the farmers, I did order 2 brand new farmers from Bardos for the gym that are the exact specifications of these. So we'll have them forever. They're made, Bardos's equipment is top notch. So
Yeah, we're about to be in that gym for 20 hours a day now.
So I guess just a little sneak peek. If you guys want a shameless plug, go to the 580 Barbell YouTube. Go right now if you're listening. Okay. And we're going to have a video. I want to do like a couple instructional videos with Bardos. He agreed to it, like film a couple things for our YouTube. And we're going to film a podcast with him in the next couple weeks too. Mike Bardos. So MB Power Center. Honestly, the nicest guy, most humble guy, and probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met. So he makes the heaviest duty equipment I've ever been around. So I'm really excited to go up and catch up with him to go pick up our farmers. So, but yeah, back to the Sandbag. You can use the grip shirts again, or wait, you can't.
I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't
you
think
can't use grip shirts for that event.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sorry, I sound like an idiot. You can use grip shirts.
My bad.
And chalk sleeve belts. You can use gloves. So I do strategy there.
Yeah.
People use gloves. See, I don't like the feel of gloves for sandbag carry.
I don't either, but I probably like it for the handles.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Depends on
wearing gloves for sandbag.
Depends on what the handles are going to be like, though. Did they say?
I got wide receiver gloves that people recommended me for some carry we had once, and I hated them.
Wasn't it the goal?
Yeah, it was sandbag to shoulder for goal.
No, it was I thought it was for the barrel.
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, but I just didn't like them. I like the bare hand feel. But anything else about day one? So that's Friday, October 14th, and it's in Erie. So it's max axle, farmer's walk, double down and back, and then sandbag carry to sled drag. So those are the
first day. I like it.
Yeah.
It won't like kill you either. Like I feel like it's pretty fatigue maintenance. Like
I don't know, dude. That's a lot.
It ends with a hard one. But like
I always hate. I get overhead first. I hate it because your nerves are so messed up, especially like nationals. And I feel this is me personally. I'd be curious what other people think, but nerves affect my overhead more than they affect anything.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys? Let's not get away from day one just yet. Let's take a little bit of a prediction show. So I'm in the 80 kilo class. Dante's in the 105s, and Frawley's the big boys. What do you guys think your axle will start at for your class? I can go first.
Go ahead.
I think our class is going to start at 255, and I'm going to just be upset. But I'm hoping for 235 so I can get on the board for sure. But I could see it starting heavy, but I don't know.
Go ahead, Dante.
Well, last year
I'm saying wait, hold on. Let me lock it in.
Okay.
235. That's my lock in.
Okay, I'm going 255 because last year men's log open log opened at 275. So I'm thinking they'll open something a little lower. But now also they have this 265 in the 200 class. They might change it up a little bit.
Yeah,
with that.
That's a good point. And that's one thing I'm a big fan of this year, and we'll see how it works out. But there's no subclasses this year.
But there's no pro cards for those 200 to 265s.
No, there's not. It's 265 and supers, right? Supers
is a pro card. 265 is not.
231 has one.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
thinking exactly like Dante said, where like the log opened at 255 for his class. It was 275 for ours. I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, I could see the opening being like 295, maybe 315.
Our log opened
but that'd be heavy.
Log opened at 225 for my class.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Is it unlimited attempts, right?
Yeah,
it's not.
You can jump in and out.
So So they probably would make them lighter. I mean, I wish it was lighter because like we saw warm-ups for last year. Some of those heavyweights like that opened at ended at 400. They just opened.
I need to talk to you guys offline, but we're bringing axle and stuff, and we're warming right up outside out the warm-up room. I swear to God, I thought about it. All these events are super easy for me to put in the back of my truck and warm up on my own.
Let's go.
I'm not joking.
I believe you 100%.
Yeah, we're warming up at my truck. So if
That's
anyone
freaking
wants to come, it's cheap. It's only $2,000 to warm up at my truck. So you can Venmo.
Just say at least $10.
No,
$10 an
you have-
attempt.
or you can buy a grip mountain or a horsepower, and we'll let you use our
Yeah.
stuff.
You got to buy 2 horsepower.
Facts.
And you got to use Frawley's code.
Yeah.
But
Give me the code.
so Axel, I'm guessing for my class 235. I think in my head, I think Axel's a little bit easier. So I think they're gonna and it's a next year. So they typically, it seems like they advance the weights a little bit. So my log started at 225 for max. That's kind of where my thought process goes for 235.
Yeah.
Farmers walk. I'm gonna say for my class 230 and 270.
230 and 270. That big of a jump?
That's
I
what.
don't think a 40-pound jump's unreasonable.
Yeah, I mean
I don't.
a 10 on each post.
No, I
Right.
guess that's what it was like for us back in the day.
I think it's
No,
either
that's
gonna
not
be
a 10 on each post.
40. Oh no, it's not.
That's
It's
per
210s.
hand.
210s,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's per hand.
So I can see, yeah, I can see 20 or 40. I don't know. I'll be really excited. I'd see 50s because
Conte?
25
got?
to 25 would be easy.
Right.
I'm thinking like 255 to 275. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 300.
For middleweight.
Yeah, but since it's like since it's more distance, I feel like they might lower them.
That's what I'm thinking. Because if you think about it, I want them to be as heavy as possible too, because I want to really push myself on farmers. I've never really got
Right.
through it for a show. But if they make it for your class, right, like 290 and 310 for middleweights, and there are some middleweight freaks out there, that's
you're looking at them.
that's gonna be a grind to finish that. It's gonna be a grind.
Yeah,
Dude, that's 160 feet.
you're gonna feel like you're
Yeah.
running like a mile after that.
Yeah.
I think
So-
I could see my class, honestly. I could literally see it being like 300 and 330.
That's what I'm
But
thinking.
I think like more realistically, maybe like 280 and 320, something like that. Because I mean, most super heavyweight shows you look at for farmers, it's about 300 pounds. So
Yeah,
I won't be surprised if it's
Oh,
300. and then
you guys
3
will
plus.
definitely be in the threes.
Yeah, at the very least, the second set will be in the 300s for sure.
I feel like it's
for
hard
sure.
to pick weights for this too, because it's like right below like OSG and Arnold weights, but then it's like right above local show. So it's
Yeah.
Right.
use that huge like little thread of threshold that you got to dig through.
For sure.
Yeah. And then, okay, so it doesn't actually say that. So we're assuming that the sandbag for event 3 is going to get heavier, like 1 and 2.
I imagine it would.
I would too, but what
At
if
least
they
25
did like
pounds.
what if they did like 200 and 200 for my class?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't be the end.
I want to see it be. I want to see a lighter and heavier. That's what I'd like to
I
see.
want to see a heavy bag.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see for my class like 220 and 265.
Yeah. That's heavy.
Yeah. But you got to spread the beer from the foam at nationals.
Yeah. A little
Just
bit.
go to the Arnold. So that's day 1. That's our long way of getting through.
It's a good day.
Yeah. Day 2, Saturday, October 15th. We start the
Wow.
day with the deadlift. Interesting deadlift, but I really like the way it finishes. I'm not a huge
Unique.
fan of farmers, but it's
Unique.
unique. So it's like, people want unique, but then they bitch when it's something unique and they don't, 'cause
It
they don't
is
like-
unique. It's
Right.
very unique.
I just want to say I'm surprised deadlift's not day 1. Usually it's day 1.
You're an idiot. But oh god. No one gets that.
Shit.
No one gets that besides me and you, Kelly.
That's all I care.
Yeah.
That's all I care
But-
about.
So competitors will start behind a mat. The judge is gonna say, go pick up a pair of farmers, get the down call. Run up to a second pair of farmers, deadlift them, get the down call. And then you run up to a 13-inch wagon wheel deadlift and you do as many reps as you can. Axle. I should specify it's an axle. I really like the AMRAP at the end.
I do too.
I really like that.
Did they say how far apart the implements are?
It does not. I do. So straps are allowed.
Right.
Which I mean,
It's a deadlift.
Yeah, that's true. We already
It's a
have the grip
deadlift.
event with farmers, right? But
It's
I mean,
a deadlift.
The
However-
farmers are going to be a 16-inch pick, right?
yeah, they're a 16-inch pick.
So you shouldn't need a
Right.
strap for that.
But like,
Right.
so people that have a weaker deadlift are going to strap in for that. Like Frank, no offense, he has a weak deadlift. If the farmers is any heavy, he'll have to strap in for that.
Yep.
So myself,
Frank's like, I'll be good at that though.
I'm a good deadlifter, so I'm hoping I can go boom, boom on the farmers, no straps,
Yep.
and then have my straps at the axle, strap in, and then get off to the races with the
I
remainder.
think anybody who is serious, who's trying to be a contender in that event, will hit both farmers, no straps.
Yeah,
And then strap in.
unless they come out and just make them like obnoxiously heavy.
Right. But
But I don't
If
know.
there's an
I
AMRAP
can't-
at the end, I don't think they're gonna do that.
I just can't picture it's going to be that heavy.
Yeah,
I won't be shocked if it's heavy, but that heavy.
right.
So,
It's gonna be heavier than the carries for sure.
right.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's 16-inch pick height, 13-inch wagon wheel on the Rogue axle with the Rogue wagon wheels.
That's a good event.
That's a good event. I'm so excited to see. So real quick, what do you guys think for your classes the bar is going to be on the last for the
Man,
axle?
that's tough.
500, 500, 550 for middleweights.
That's it.
I don't know. It depends on
I
how heavy the
think-
farmers are.
I think our lightweight's going to be 6.
Yeah, I do too.
Correct.
It'll be up there. It'll be up there because
I'll
my
be
class was.
I'll be
Hold
shocked.
on, it's
if as
13
low as
inch. It's
550.
13 inch.
Yeah, it's 13
I
inch.
was thinking off the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm saying
650.
6. Oh yeah, I'm saying 6, and then like 625 for 200, 650 middleweights. I think you're going to be pushing 7 for the big boys for
I'm gonna
reps.
be in the 7s. I'm almost certain.
That'll be electric though.
I'm almost certain it'll start with 7. It might only be 720, but I think it'll start with 7.
Yeah, I do too. So we start the day with the deadlift, and it's farmers, then axle for reps. Then my favorite event of the whole contest, Cerberus sandbag over shoulder ladder, 5 bags in ascending weight. You'll start behind the line, go run up, toss it over your shoulder, and go to the next bag. And it says light to heavy. 60-second time limit. They are taking split times. You don't need a down command or anything like that, but the sandbag must clearly go over your shoulder. I love that.
Yeah, I'm so happy about that I'm not gonna bounce it on my shoulder and hit my face.
I honestly think sandbag over shoulder is easier to judge than to shoulder.
Yeah, neither one ever or it didn't, right? And there's
Now,
not like a
let me
strict
ask you boys a question. Do you think the sandbags are going to be set up like tall ways like a hot dog or long
Yes.
ways like a hamburger?
hot dog.
I hope
You're gonna be
hot
standing
dog.
up.
Do you think
I
they'll
hope
let you
hot dog.
adjust how you want before you
That's
go?
my next question.
No.
I think-
I bet they're gonna be standing up.
Yeah, I hope they'll let you adjust, but I don't think they will.
I guarantee you're gonna have them all standing up on a line and you can pick it up how you want. I
like
almost
that.
guarantee it.
I mean, that's not bad because if you pick them long ways, you've got to kick them over and like into your hand already.
Yeah, I think they'll
Yeah.
start standing up, right? That would be the best way, I think, to start them.
Right.
Because it makes it fair for if you're doing it long ways or tall ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and if you do it on its side, now everybody has to go through and adjust the bag how they want it on its side. When it's standing up, it's like, all right, look, you can move this thing however you want.
Yeah, I think that's the best call.
It's just an easier reset, in my opinion.
I'm saying our bags start around 200 and high 200s.
Yeah.
It's gonna be heavy.
I wouldn't be surprised if mine ends at like 300 or a little bit more.
I hope that last bag is like only like a third of the people get it.
That shit's gonna be heavy.
It's 5
Yeah.
bags, right? 5 or 4.
It's gonna
Five
be
bags.
heavy.
5 bags.
You can
So,
bet.
like-
I can bet for the big boys it's gonna be a 350 bag.
Yeah. So like if you have shouldered, say like a 300 bag and your last bag's 300, you may have shouldered a 300, but have you done 4 bags right before it? Spring.
Mhm.
Correct. Correct.
That's it. And let me just verify if they're doing split times. Yeah, there's split times on every bag.
Oh, that's important.
That's important.
That's important.
Last year, I think like 9 points from a split time on the sandbag toss. Like
That
that's
sucks.
a huge, like 9 places is huge.
I
So-
thought you were gonna talk about the circus dumbbell.
Oh no, that
That wasn't even split time.
Yeah,
I just
that's-
ripped you open on that one.
Yeah, leave me alone. But
Anyway,
I really
that's
like that.
important. I
I
agree.
really like that event. And then, in my opinion, the most interesting and intimidating event is the last because, okay, let's just start by saying this: it's a seated arm over arm pull. Okay,
Ugh.
1.5
80
inch
feet.
thick rope.
Ugh.
But what I think is the most interesting is the length.
80 feet
80
straight.
freaking feet.
Dude, what was it a Dutch? Like 50 feet?
I
50.
think 50.
And that was a freaking gut check.
Yep.
80
But that's also
feet.
because I didn't prep for it, right? So this one, at least we got a better idea.
So it says that the competitor is going to start behind the line. You're going to step forward and sit down and grab the rope.
Does it say we sit in a tire, or does it say like what we're pushing
It
against?
says a footboard.
That's what I thought.
I like that.
We'll have to figure out a way to rig that up.
The other thing it's going to depend on too is what the floors are like.
Yeah, I would assume it's going to be like a convention center, like how like it was last year. There's that like smooth concrete floor, but I
Right.
could always be wrong. And I'm also curious to see what these sleds are going to be like.
80 foot's freaking long.
That's long. And
And
like,
that's
okay, let
long.
me just tell people at home, right? Because this is the same thing that happened for bridge for the Hercules hold. And it happens with sled drags. People want to know the weight so bad, right? But friction is a real thing. So if you
Right.
train at home and you're training on gravel in your driveway, we're training at 580 with smooth turf. Then we go there and it's a completely different thing. I would just recommend training that thing heavy and make it a long grind for 80 freaking feet and get good at
Right.
that.
Right.
It does say gloves are allowed. So I've never had an arm over arm pull in a comp. I've judged them at PA Strongest Man. They had an arm over arm truck pull. I'm assuming I'm going to use gloves for this. But
Honestly, when I did it, I didn't train with gloves, so I don't know if gloves would have made a difference.
I would
or not.
assume they're going to help a lot.
I think
just
I think
thinking-
it depends on how you pull the rope, to be honest, because some people like to wrap it around them before they pull. So maybe gloves
You're
would
gonna
work.
be running your hands along the rope. I feel like the gloves would be a good thing.
I do too.
I'm gonna
but
try them and see if I like them, but it might be a couple different pairs of gloves for me to find one that I like. That's how I feel
Right.
about it.
Yeah, I got to find this rope, this exact rope. I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time.
It's
But
a
I'll
jute
look.
type rope, right?
Yeah, 1.5 inch.
1.5 inch.
So we'll buy 100-foot long one. Gives you a little bit of slack and everything.
Right.
What's nice is our turf is 70. I measured it yesterday, 78.8 feet. So we're basically have the actual like full run.
Right.
That'll be good. So
That's gonna be a gut check too.
I mean, man, it's a unique show. It's unique for nationals. I feel like you can go to every event and be like, wow, that's a gut check. Besides really max axle, but you start the day with that. Like
You're gonna have to be in great shape.
160-foot farmers, double sandbag to a backward sled drag, a 3-implement deadlift medley, and the last one's for reps. 5 sandbags over shoulder, and then an 80-foot arm over arm pull. I mean, that is,
You're gonna have to be in good shape.
yeah.
But the thing is too, is like the people that complain about the events, like the other thing that you got to keep in mind, the good guys, the guys that are going to be at the top, they don't complain about the events. They take them and say, all right, this is what we're doing this year.
Dude, the strongest
what I mean?
the strongest guy is gonna win.
Yeah, they don't care. They're saying, I'm good at every event. The good guys do. I'm good at every event and I can hang with everybody.
I mean,
at
hell,
any
dude,
event.
look at Clash this year, the 105s. They got a curb. So they literally, what did they think they were? They thought so they went in, they were going to do keg toss.
Yeah.
Everyone had been training keg toss.
Yep.
Unfortunate circumstances happen. I mean, that stuff happens as strongman.
Yep.
Furman comes up with finger fingers out of nowhere, and those guys have to go. And guess what? Those guys are some of the best athletes in the world. They're the best in their class in the world. And they adjust and they all crush finger fingers.
That's right.
So that's what the best competitors are going to, like, that's 100% correct, Frawley.
They don't care.
Best competitors are going to show up and do their best.
They don't care.
So.
Give me the event. I'm going to freaking get as good as I can at these events and I'm going to show up and do my best.
Yeah, if you
That's
spend more
what the
time,
good guys do.
if you spend more time
Good guys
being
do.
negative towards it, imagine how much energy you could do
Right.
towards actually training for the events.
That's right.
We're not going to have, Dante, we're not going to have to set up the wheelbarrow over and over this year.
Maybe we'll
Dude,
leave the
is-
gym. Maybe we'll leave the gym at 10 o'clock instead of like 11:30.
That is literally the best gift I've ever been given, dude. It's the best gift I've ever been
It's the
given.
best door stopper we have at 580 right now.
My
All right.
God. But
One event that you expected to be in nationals that is not
wheelbarrow, log,
squat.
sandbag toss.
I expected a squat.
If gun to my head, I would have said sandbag toss over bar without a doubt, with no hesitation. I would have put $1 million
Yeah,
on
I
it.
would have been with that too.
Because it
was
makes
expecting
sense.
a
It's
squat.
fun. It's fun to watch sandbag
Yeah,
toss, and it's
it
very
is.
easy to set up to transport.
Yep.
It's like, wow. Like,
It's a really entertaining event. I think it kind of ran its course though. Like every
yeah.
show, every major show last year had it, but it is exciting to watch.
Yeah.
So, but I'm telling you, I was dead set that there was going to be a squat.
We
I
talked
really
about that the
was.
day before, Frawley, me and you.
I expected it. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Like they just did one for the Arnold, so like not doing it back to back for big shows. So I get it, but
It's hard.
I still expected more.
I don't know.
Squats?
I'd like a squat. My squat's feeling juicy right now.
Yeah. Squats so hard to set up for that many competitors too, I
Sure.
would feel, but I mean, I don't it can always be done. But yeah, I expected sandbag toss for sure. And
Well, like I said offline, you know, I could have seen them doing the wheelbarrow and making it a squat,
yeah, like transform.
making an apparatus for it that you can squat with it.
The reason I say wheelbarrow is because last year in the rules meeting, they literally said the wheelbarrow is not going away. So maybe it'll be back next year, whatever.
I
But
wonder if they were alluding to the Arnold.
yeah, maybe. I'm just so happy that I don't have to
Speculation.
train that wheelbarrow this year. It's me and Dante. I can't imagine like Dante and I loading and unloading weights last year and flipping it around and everything. I can't imagine with like 4 or 5 more people.
We were like dead tired too from like just AMRAPing all the heavy weights.
Yeah.
It was like, and then they like it was just hard to get them off because you had to pinch your finger. Ugh.
Yeah, it
Right.
was a dog fight last year.
And
But
turning
Dante, we don't have to have our
around. Yeah.
we don't have to have our PVC set up in the parking lot for sandbag toss either this year.
Or throw it off the building, break the cable.
Yeah. But overall, so give it you guys are a professor, right? And you have to grade the events for let's say the categories are originality, effectiveness. What I mean by that is like how smooth you're able to run it at nationals. Like, will it run smooth? Will it not? Will it be a disaster? And how much you like. So preference, I guess. Like those three, I didn't do a great job describing those 3 categories, but you guys kind of get it. Overall, out of like 100% being a perfect score, what would you guys grade them? I can go first if you want.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I would say for me, like an A-, B+, because one thing is it caught me off guard because I was expecting the level of like surprise for me, like having a big sandbag ladder. I think that's really cool. And I get other shows do it. Like, congratulations, other shows did it. But like, it's cool. I think it's cool to see nationals doing it. I think just switching up events, making it cool, that not having that wheelbarrow, because I just don't think that wheelbarrow is the greatest thing in the world. I just like, and then I think, so I'd say a B+. I'm pretty, and for myself personally, I just like the events. So I think the sandbags are going to be tough because there's so many sandbags they got to get there. Other than that, I think all the events will run pretty smooth. I think everything will run pretty smooth. I hope, but we'll see. But yeah, B+, A- for me.
Dante, what you got?
F. I wanted a circus dumbbell and a max deadlift. Just kidding. Nah, I can go with Josh. I think like definitely like A, around an A, B+.
Yeah.
It's I mean, we all think the same pretty much. So it's like whatever you say, I can pretty much.
Yeah, people are gonna think we're gonna suck in Strongman Corp, which I'm not.
I'm gonna be a little critical, little bit. I'm gonna say a B to a B- because I would like to see log because I like log.
Ugh.
And instead of the deadlift medley, I would like to see a ladder or a max. I don't care if it's a max axle. I don't care if it's a max barbell, deadlift bar, whatever. Those are 2 things that I would like to see. Obviously, those are my personal preferences. Now, if we're looking at the ease of running them, there's a couple where with the sled and the sandbags, they can be a little bit challenging to set up. But I think overall, I mean, really, maybe the arm over arm might be a little bit challenging to reset to if you get halfway and it's loaded up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think overall, like the running of the events is going to be good. I do like the events, but there are just some things that I would like to tweak. But
And
I'm
that's
just
just that,
being
and that's just for you.
a little
personally.
critical. That's all.
just you.
Yeah.
You as an
Right.
athlete.
For sure.
But
And the other thing is too is that I just did a prep with axle, so with a max axle. So I'm kind of like, I don't really want to do another max axle, but
I'm happy it's axle. If I had to pick between log and axle, I'd pick axle.
Probably what are you
I'd pick
complaining
log
about?
every time.
But
You're a former powerlifter. All you used to do is bench, squat, and deadlift.
but regardless, people are gonna
Yeah.
about the event.
I'm still really excited for them.
Strongman Corp has had on their website for like 6 months the dates of nationals. And it's the weekend of the 13th. And everyone is being so critical on them because they have it listed as the 13th is the first day. That's the day you weigh in.
It's weigh-in.
That's why they have it there. It's because they weigh in. Once again, I've had a lot of people DM me and like, why does it say 13th? Dude, we weigh in on that day. That's the day that it technically starts for you because every athlete has to weigh in on that day.
Yep.
So like that's
now,
why
doesn't it say on their website that it's 13th through the 16th?
Yeah, I think they just do the last day for the like just because it's that weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what the reason would be for the Sunday,
but it's 13, 14,
secret final.
That'd be awesome. Secret final.
That'd be freaking cool, man.
People are going to complain about the events regardless. People are going to be excited about the events. I like them, but that's just for me personally. So I give it a B+ on my expectations.
I do have a similar feeling about Frawley for the max deadlift now that I think about it.
I would have loved the barbell.
But I love farmers so much that I'm going to keep my
I was going to say, dude, what are you complaining about? That's your favorite event.
See if my streak rises.
I still like them. I still like the deadlift medley. You know what I mean? It's just, maybe there'd be a couple things different. I'd be willing to give it.
I think getting the down call and that's going to be. I don't know. Farmers can be difficult, but I'm excited.
It can be.
I'm excited.
We'll wait and see when the weight matrix comes out if there's any additional rules and stuff.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think of the events.
What I thought was a little bit interesting was the carryover of events from the specific regionals and specific events at the regionals to nationals. So like the regional in North Carolina did the sandbag over shoulder. Mm-hmm. They did the farmers, the 2 sets of farmers. We did at Bridge, we did the max axle. So there's 3 events from the regionals that kind of carried over. And I don't know if that's deliberate. I don't know if it's coincidental. I don't know if they just wanted to see how the events run for nationals, but I was just kind of like, wow, those are exact events carrying over to the nationals. Thought it was interesting.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just an observation.
Yeah, if you're listening on YouTube or you're just listening right now, go to YouTube. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel, but comment and let us know, like, use our rating scale, get the old school A, B, C, D, F. Let us know what you think of, like, what do you think about the events? Are you competing? Are you volunteering? That's another thing. If you're listening and you want to volunteer at nationals, Dion reached out to me about volunteers. Shoot me a DM, call me, text me if you're interested in volunteering. I believe that they're doing like shared rooms for like 2 or 3 volunteers. Like they're getting you a room for the weekend if you volunteer. So let me know if you're coming and you want to volunteer. If you're a newer competitor, you'll learn a lot volunteering too, and you'll get to see a big show. But yeah, let us know. Drop a comment. Let's try to get a bunch of comments on this one and see what people think. What's your favorite event? What's your worst? What grade do you have? The last thing I wanted to talk about real quick before we sign off, new flavor of horsepower is coming. This is going to be the 3rd and final flavor for a while. Yeah. We're going to move on after this last flavor of pre-workout. We're going to move on to another product to add to the supplement line. But yeah, right now you can get watermelon and mixed berry at 580barbell.com. Just hit the pre-workout drop down. Ship same day if you order before 3 p.m. Ship the next day if you don't. Delivers in 2 days. But it's here. It's coming in however long it takes to get through. I don't even want to put a numerical value on it. I want rather just under promise and over deliver. So I'm ordering it this week. And it'll be here when it's done through the manufacturing process. Frawley, I got your stamp of approval.
Yeah. It's the best flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not close. It's the best flavor.
Dude.
I'm a big horsepower watermelon guy. It's better than watermelon. You heard it here first. It's
I
better.
was so happy when I think we've had probably 10 people sample it now, and everything's positive. And I really do try to say, like, I try to tell people, like, guys, let me know, like, on
Yeah,
be
right.
real. I want to know if this product sucks. And
Yep.
this one we've put a lot of time and effort into. I've had it for a while. Bridge kind of got in the way, just but this is my third trial on this, just with tweaking flavors and stuff. And they knocked it out of the park. The lab just absolutely
Yep.
knocked out, but they gave me exactly how I described it. And
You know me, dude. I'm not afraid to tell you if something sucks.
yeah, I am
It's
so
freaking
happy
good.
because I tried it and I just absolutely loved it. And I'm like, I think we have a serious winner. And I've heard that from multiple people. So it'll be available as soon as I get it in. And I'm really excited for everyone to try this right now. So
Freaking
um
awesome.
we're gonna be sponsoring. So by the time this is out, we won't have an episode filmed by next week, but we're actually a sponsor at Mississippi Strongest Man and Woman. So that's this upcoming Saturday, July,
That's
I
cool.
believe, 9th. So Horsepower is making its way down south to
That's
Mississippi. So if you're at Mississippi Strongest, give it a try. Shoot us a text, a message, what you think, what you like, and buy some. 580barbell.com. There's gonna be some for the winners, samples for all the competitors. So thank you guys so much. I want to hear the feedback on it.
yeah. Good luck to all the competitors competing too.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that's about it. If you guys can, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out 580 horsepower. Check out Grip Mountain Liquid Chalk. And yeah, got a lot going on, and we're gonna start training for nationals. Let us know what you guys think.
yep. Well, there's the OSG regional this weekend too. That's the only other thing I could think is relevant in
Yeah,
strongman
Raleigh,
right now.
or
So
wherever it's at.
it's in North Carolina. I don't really know the events offhand,
Yeah.
but I'll probably be tracking that one. Just kind of there's going to be a live stream, I'm sure. So
Yeah,
be following
Cody,
along and
my
see what
buddy
goes on
Cody
there.
Abel,
There
friend of
you
the
go.
podcast. He's gonna be
Okay.
competing in the 90s.
Sure.
So good luck to him. Good luck to anyone that's doing that show. It's gonna be
Yep.
awesome. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. And congratulations also to anyone that did USS Nationals last weekend. It looked like it ran awesome. So
Yeah, freaking done in 5 hours. That's
yeah,
fast.
some of the lanes done in 5
Way
hours.
fast.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. I wish the live stream would have worked so bad because I bought it. I mean, shout out to them. I get crap happens like with ADL, unforeseen circumstances. And man, I'll say it, how fast I was refunded was incredible. So I know
That's
it
cool.
sucks for those guys. It sucks for everyone involved, but stuff happens. I'm sure they'll bounce back and make the next stream even bigger and better.
For sure.
Congrats to everyone that some people earn clash invites. We got new national champions for USS. So yeah, good job to everyone that did that show too.
Right.
Looked awesome.
Right on. Well,
guys,
that's pretty much it, boys.
It's getting past our bedtimes.
Yeah, 81
sure.
weeks straight. We've posted this pod, and we'll see you guys for 82 next week. So see you guys.
Peace.
Later.